Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today, Coach Barrington looks to lead his Cardinal team to his second bowl game victory, this time as we head into the famous Idaho Potato Bowl against Arizona State. And it is Arizona State who had a very similar start to the season to us, where they won 3 of 4 games, dropping one to Florida. And again, very similarly to us, had a bad ending to the season, though they did pick up wins against Coastal Carolina and Washington State. The only ranked team they played this year, BYU, they lost to by 10. And with, of course, the ending to our regular season, only winning half of the games against Arizona and San Jose State, losing to Washington and Oregon, we sealed our fate not making it to the playoffs and not making it to the Pac-12 Championship. Instead, yet again, it was Colorado and Oregon. But Oregon this time got the better of Colorado, beating them 23-20. But focusing in on our competition here today, they are led by Coco Carney, who threw 33 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. We saw a similar stat line against Arizona. We doubled his interception tally. I would love to do the same today. Rushing the ball, they have Darren Burley, the senior. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns on the year. And receiving, it's a 3-headed attack here, with Duck, Downing, and Pelham, all of which have 9 touchdowns on the season. Their real weakness on the offensive side is Nathan Boone, their starting right tackle, who gave up 15 sacks this year. And going up against Joe Nelson in his final game, I'm sure he's going to look to put together a dominant performance. Defensively, it's a by-the-unit affair. No one necessarily standing out in any of the 3 categories here. However, when you get to interceptions, Chris Johnson II with 6 and Rodney Bimage Jr. with 5. However, they will be without Johnson. And in the last game that we played against Arizona State, it was interceptions that became a problem. And for Montrell Avant, who will be back in the starting lineup today, we got to make sure that he stays clean out there. No wasteful interceptions, don't waste drives. This is his final opportunity to prove himself as a starting quarterback. Last game, we started the redshirt freshman in Savoy. He did have some turnover issues. He also got banged up, and it's because of those injuries that Coach Barrington is leaving him out. Now, we all heard Coach Barrington's thought on this bowl game last time, and even more disrespectingly than we originally thought, we aren't even the home team. As ETN gets us underway, it is our 3rd bowl game under Coach Barrington. And it is a good stop from the special teams unit, starting at the 13, as the young rising star at quarterback will lead the Sun Devils onto the field. And I'm sure the disrespect is not only felt by Coach Barrington, but the team as well. Expect them to put some big plays out there, as it is Sony Fotu with the tackle. Burley takes the opening play for 6. Looking to pass the ball and open to the outside. It's Camp getting the tackle, but Sherman brings it in for the first down. First of the Potato Bowl, and early movement. They are going to get Sony Fotu. And as he'll be heading into his senior season next year, a lot of expectations around him. He hasn't lived up to his freshman year quite yet. Pass downfield and open. They find 16. Jason Duck with a massive play all the way to the opposite 40, and Arizona State hitting a couple big passes out the gate. As Carney hands this one off to the outside, goes Burley with a first down, chopped down by Donald Camp. For all the seniors on this team, their final game in a Cardinal uniform, the junior makes the tackle in Cantwell. That's the first no gain so far today. 2nd and 10 of the 26. Pistol formation, stretching it to the outside, and Antonio Asher brings him down. He's really come a long way since his freshman year. We'll be heading into his senior year as well if he chooses to stick around. 3rd and 8, bringing the pressure, and Joe Nelson gets a sack. His final game here in the Cardinal uniform. You can tell how big he is for this team by all the stickers on the helmet. But he forces The field goal attempt ending what was a very promising drive here for the Sun Devil. Marcock around the corner, he blocks it, and it is scooped up by the senior in Mattingly. Cardinal take over at the 33, no points given up. Special teams and the defense come through. And even some of the Cardinal fans here in attendance shocked at how that drive came to an end. They feel bad for the 6-6 Sun Devils. Offense starts out. Avant's first throw in a couple weeks. He finds Blausay for 8. I'm sure him getting that start will be a point of contention for some fans, as it's potentially his play that cost the Cardinal a chance at the playoffs yet again. Made it there last year. Parrish picks up the first down. In the same step as we were talking about with a lot of the defensive players. Parrish final game here as well. One of the last few remaining original Cardinal players. As Avant steps up, he avoids the rush. He's got a bunch of blue grass in front of him, spins out the safety, and he's dragged down inside the 20. A gashing play there from the junior quarterback, Montrell Avant, and welcome back as he comes out here now set up inside the red zone. They set up the wide receiver screen. Blausay gets the catch and will pick up maybe 1 or 2. Cardinal have kept that play well in their arsenal that they haven't really hit big on it this season. Parrish cuts right. We'll pick up a couple, and it leaves them well behind the sticks here. 3rd and 7. 2 tight ends to the left. Buck and Gomez gonna motion over Bryce Haddad. Pitching it to the outside with a couple big blocks. Parrish will take it to the end zone. A great start here for the Cardinal. Defense, special teams, and offense make their plays, and we take a 7-0 lead to kick off the Potato Bowl. With a long game in front of us, we're hoping to see a good one here. A good battle back and forth ultimately with a Cardinal win. As Carney starts with a throw to the outside, and slowing it down was Camp cleaned up Rico Cote. A lot of conjecture this season about if Cote would be the first round pick for the Cardinal in quite some time. Hasn't had the best senior season, and it's another early jump here for Sony Fotu. Perhaps all too eager to try to make a name for himself yet again. 2nd and 1. As it's Nelson with a rush, ball is out and caught for the first down. Sun Devils hook up with the senior and Downing at the 30. Hard count doesn't work for Carney as he'll look to throw the ball here under pressure, and the big fella in Cantwell. He gets back there. He helps him up though. He's a gentleman. Though I'm sure some not too gentle discourse happening between them. 2nd and 22. Back at the 18. Quick throw across the middle. It will be caught by their tight end. Second catch on the day for Sherman, but leaves them well behind the sticks. 3rd and 18. Cardinal defense going to back up here as Nelson working around the edge. It's thrown downfield and caught, but well short of the line to gain. Will be a punt. And this time the defense does a much better job of not letting them drive before getting the stop. Offense at the 22. 7 seconds left in the first quarter. As it's thrown Blausay, and he's got the first down. Had to slow down to get the grab. But it takes us into the break here. First quarter comes to an end. It is 7-0, your Cardinal back in possession. A really good first drive for them. Defense has done pretty decent out the gate. But with 3 quarters still left to go, a lot of big plays could be forced here. 1st and 10 at the 36. It's going to be a play action roll and thrown. Tipped away, intended for Gomez. Aquino, the linebacker for the Sun Devils, with the play. Just not enough under it for Avant. As they go the toss to the outside, and Parrish with a spin in between the blocks. He'll end up picking up a few, but still shy. Well shy. 7 more needed here on 3rd. As he looks across the middle, he's got Moses with some blocks downfield. Lanier being 1 and down to about the 32. This Cardinal passing game should be good for years to come. Moses just the red shirt freshman. You also have Blausay, the sophomore. 3 committed 5-star receivers. Lanier, we've seen a little bit of. Plenty of talent to come. Parrish picks up 2 there on 1st. 2nd and 8. Throwing right side, Blausay gets the grab down at about the 20. The only thing really holding back this offense this year was offensive line play and quarterback play come the second half of the season. Parrish, he takes a left-hand side and is stuffed. They'll maybe give him a gain of 1 on that to be nice. 2nd and 9. RPO, flip to the outside. Blouse gets the catch, turns up quickly, and will make this a 3rd and 1. And they'll bring out Lucas and Dog. Weak eye. And following the block of Lucas, first down goes Montrell Dog. He's in line to take over that starting running back spot for next season. Though they did bring in a 5-star running back as well. We'll see what the competition looks like heading into the next year. Rolling, throwing, caught, but not getting the block from Haddad. Parrish will get down to the 4, a little bit closer. Changing up the pistol look here, Moses checks in. They go with him on the jet sweep. He finds a lane, trying to push through the safety, but denied at the 1. It will be goal line v. goal line. Montrell Dog checking back in. And making a few adjustments is Avant. And the blocking looks perfect. Montrell Dog doubles the advantage here for the Cardinal as they go up 14-0. 2 dominant offensive drives to get this game, this bowl game, underway. But can Arizona State respond? They had a good first drive. Their second drive, not as much. Can Kearney get them back on track here? They start with motion from the slot. Jet sweep for them. Downing trying to find some space, and he will find 4. Not exactly open lanes, but it works out. A pretty decent play for first down. As they go read option, Fotu bit in on it. Kearney upended, but he picks up the first down, and they will go hurry up. Sending 2 to the right-hand side, plus the tight end, and now handing this one off. Upended again, Sumlin with the tackle. Arizona State clearly liking whatever look the Cardinal were in as they go hurry up again, but chopped out in the backfield. Making the tackle is Donald Camp. For third down, they will go hurry up. Trips go to the left-hand side, 1 to the right-hand side as well. Kearney, he'll look to pass the ball here, 3rd and 6. Couple open targets, and they find the running back just shy of the first down. Burley does not convert, and they do not elect to go for it, punting it away. I don't agree with that call, but I'm not the coach here of Arizona State. So running to the outside goes Parrish. He's got some grass. Good blocking downfield. Haddad cutting underneath it. Parrish picks up a few more. And he's really been a solid back here for the Cardinal the last few seasons. Looking to end his career here strong as he goes for yet another first down. Really had to drive the feet the last couple of yards there. 1st and 10 at the 43. Bunch goes to the left-hand side. Looking to pass this one downfield towards the sideline and dropped. Good placement though from Montrell Avant. Haddad just couldn't make the play. He still has not had a catch yet. The senior in motion, as they might look his way here, under pressure and sack. Ramar Williams with the 3-tech rush makes the play. Backing up the Cardinal here, 3rd and long. As Avant, he's going to roll to the right-hand side. It opens up again for him. He's running downfield and takes a big hit from the safety. But he's clearly trying to make up for lost time out there. Another big play for Montrell Avant. 1st and 10 of the 18. Following the blocks, Parrish bursts through, and another first down. Goal to go with a timeout called. Coach Barrington, 33 seconds left. And of course, he missed some timeouts that should have been called in the last few games. So clearly correcting some errors there. Breaking the tackle, Parrish down to the 2, and they're going to go hurry up from there. They got 2 to the right-hand side, 1 to the left, as they're looking to set up the tight end screen. Blocker in front, and a touchdown. First of the career. It is the freshman in Gomez. Got the start last week, getting the start this week, and unless something happens in the offseason, should be either tight end 1 or tight end 2 next year. That is where we send it on into halftime. A really good showing in the first half as we are up 21-0, dominating in the Idaho Potato Bowl. Trent Parrish having a really good game. 10 rushes, 83 yards. He's averaging 8.3. Has a touchdown, but really the offense in general hasn't faced much of a threat from this Sun Devil defense. Though while no points have been scored by Arizona State, They do have 100% on the day for Coach Barry. If they could get their offense moving a little bit better, they can find some big plays here. But if that's going to be the case, they got to have their defense make plays first, as it is Cardinal possession to start the second half back at the 18. As they will look to pass the ball, or instead Avant will scramble. He slides down, gain of 5. With a few weeks of rest, he looks rejuvenated. Legs from him we haven't seen since the beginning of the season. As Moses takes the stretch, he's got the first down, but Laundry on the field. Looks like they might get holding on Eugene Brooks. The only consolation is it was well downfield. 2nd and 14 rather than 2nd and 20. As they go with a play action. Letting this thing develop, and out of time, ball hits the turf. Looked like they were trying to set up a developing wheel essentially from the tight end spot. Gomez was getting a step. 3rd and 14, they rush 4, and throwing across grain, he's got Blouse with a step at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinal. Answer back big with 3rd and long. They make it 28-0. Domination continues for your Cardinal. They just keep seeming to do that every time we get given one of these low-level bowl games. Hopefully, they'll give us a better game next year, or we make it to the playoffs. Throw to the outside here, Carney, as he finds his receiver, that is Duck. He has 3 grabs on the day, 65 yards, and a 2nd and 5. As they go with the draw, eating up Rico Cote. Now, we have called on Cote to do a lot more down the field this year rather than sticking closer to the line. That's mostly been Richardson's job. Perhaps that is why, as it's a good pass breakup, Asher. Defense forces another punt, but again, that is perhaps the reason why we haven't called Rico Cote's name all too much. Offense back out on the field, looking downfield for Gomez, and he gets the grab. Perhaps a little bit too much air under that one from Avant, but he's feeling hot out there. Perhaps that was just a heat check throw. The 1st and 10, they go Parrish, and he's going to tack on 4 more. He needs about 13 more yards to reach the 100 mark in this one, and I'm sure with a quarter and a half left, he will get to that point. Rolling and throwing, another catch, Gomez, though it was also Blouse in the area. I'm sure which one Avant meant to get that ball to, but it works out for the Cardinal either way. As they look to pass here again, and stepping up, avoiding the sack, picking up 2. I think that's the best thing the Cardinal have done today, is they've just avoided the negative plays. 2nd and 8. They get it out to Haddad. He finds a little bit of space, picking up about 5. That might be his first catch of this game. 3rd and 3. Avant. He's got to find the first down, and he finds Gomez, who holds on to it. He didn't receive many targets last game, but he's getting a pretty good amount here, and he's holding on to the passes. That's been the biggest problem for Buck. Rolling, throwing, Blouse down inside the 10. They just can't keep this Cardinal offense out of the red zone. As Parrish, he's trying to find another, brought down to the 5. About 5 more yards away from that century mark. It's 3rd and goal. They bring out Lucas. He's to the right-hand side with a strong eye. Motion Blouse as they look to throw. The hit is timely. And Arizona State forcing the field goal unit out on the field. It is ETN. As they flip it forward, it's Aneni, the tight end, and he takes it around the corner. They went with a fake, up by 4 touchdowns, and make it 35-0. Perhaps Coach Barrington trying to show off his coaching prowess, coming up with some fun play designs after how he ended the season, regular season that is, with the Cardinal. Oh, I'm sure if you ask the other sideline how they feel about it, they probably would have a few choice words for you. 1st and 10, back at the 14. Sun Devils hit the field as they go with the fake on the jet sweep around the edge. Goes Burley, and he's got a nice gain here for the Sun Devil. A big position swing from the 14 up to the 44. And now motion going from right to left. They fake the jet sweep, play action, rolling, dumping this one off back to Burley. He's got 5 more. His senior and Brandon Nicholson brings him down. 2nd and 5, and again early movement, 3rd on the day for Sony Fotu. At one point, there were some lofty expectations for him, especially after Tafiti won the Heisman, thought he would be the next great Tafiti, but he has not lived up to it. With a check down here, Sherman, he's got a few. And the Sun Devils are now down to the 40. As they go two receivers to the right-hand side, one to the left. Motioning one right to left, play action. And going all the way across the field, and a big hit, Sumlin. That sends us to the fourth quarter, final quarter of the season for both of these teams, regardless of the outcome. And the final quarter for perhaps some of the players on both sides. And for Sumlin, who made the final play there, it could potentially be his last, as it looks like substitutions have been made. Bouncing to the outside, and Carney has the first down. This will be a great opportunity to take a look at some other guys who might be cropping up next season. A lot of young talent as they get pressure down the middle on the screen. I believe that was Cantwell and Carlisle at DT, who Carlisle is technically an edge rusher, just filling in with some interior rush. Throw to the outside, and nowhere really to go. With the recruiting classes brought in by Coach Barrington, most of which has been at least top 5, if not top 2. A lot of promising young talent breaking a sack, but cannot escape. Carlisle and Cantwell yet again. With a 4th and 14. You gotta go for this if you're the Sun Devils. You have yet to score, and you throw a pick to Marcook. Not gonna get much on the return, but returning to the slot corner spot, he makes a big play here late, and the offense can hit the field starting at the 27. And it is Nick Terrell out there at quarterback. We might see a variety of different quarterbacks here, but Terrell, he's gonna scramble with a bunch of space. Ref was the only one in his way for quite some time. He's tracked down just by the 40. Now, Montrell Avant should be returning next season. Of course, we talked about Savoy, Terrell as well. Gord Draft has played a little bit at quarterback, mostly running, as Montrell Dog does there for 2. But what are they going to do at quarterback? They have a decision to make. Throw to the outside, and it's dropped dead Keenan. He was at one point a starter in the slot for this Cardinal team, but he has been surpassed with all that young talent they've brought in. Dog with space down the middle. He's got the first down. It was 3rd and long, but it looked like it will be 3rd and even longer as they do catch a holding. And it was on Ahala, who's back on the field. He was benched last week. Now he's over at left tackle. 3rd and 14. Terrell, he's going to look to scramble here. He picks up a block, and he's got the first down. The Sun Devils just cannot make the plays here. 1st and 10, 25. They've got Lanier in motion, going the jet sweep his way. Another one of those young freshmen, and he's got 5 for now. But once again, looks like this is coming back, and it looks like it's on Fowler, the other offensive lineman who was benched. Just making problems for themselves and their future here with the Cardinal. 1st and 18. Keeping this one, triple option, flipped out Dog, spin move. Normally he trucks through players. He picks up a few. Looking to take over the starting running back spot next year. Perhaps a good thing to try to show a little bit of some versatility. Thrown to the outside, and Keenan cannot explode by. A pretty limited gain there, and it's a 3rd and 11. They got Lucas out there. As they do go RPO, they keep it Montrell Dog, and he does truck, but about a yard short of the line to gain. It looks like Coach Barrington is leaving that second team offense out on the field. Keenan to the right, Lanier to the left, Montrell Dog at running back, and they hand it off to him. He's got the first down and close to the 5-yard line. Offense just keeps on rolling, even the second team. With a 1st and goal at the 6, Dog carries down the middle, takes a couple hits, but he picks up one. It leaves the Cardinals 2nd and goal, 5 yards away. And Keenan motion right side as they will look to throw. And it's caught, and Keenan, touchdown. It's been well over a year since we got to say that. But a fun way to end this year. Arizona State would make one big play in this one, however, by the diving defender just sneaking by. They would find Pelham with a big hitter and break the goose egg here in the Idaho Potato Bowl. Your final score line, 42-7, is still a dominating win here for the Stanford Cardinal. They got their second team offense and second team defense out there to begin the fourth quarter. Montrell Avant with a statement game, 233 passing, 80% complete, and 2 touchdowns. Makes you wonder if he had that kind of performance against Washington and against Oregon, where this team would be now. But as for now, we end our 5th season here under Coach Barrington and head into an off season which will see the final of the original Cardinals leave. But that will all be for next time, as there are still a few original Cardinals still left on this team. Parrish, of course, not being the true name for him, that being Ford in real life. And ultimately, we finished a pretty fun season, but it was a disappointing end to the season. We were looking to go back to the playoffs. We missed that opportunity, and for the Pac-12 Championship. Still 2 things we're looking to find here. But let's wrap up this year by taking a look at the stats. Montrell Avant finishes with just over 2,000 yards passing, 20 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. He completed 67%. Nick Terrell, he had 5 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 52%, and about 550 yards. Now, I'm not going to talk much about these other quarterbacks because they didn't see much real playing time. As for Parrish, he finishes 5 yards short of 900, 105 yards short of 1,000. So he's been the closest I think we've had to getting to that 1,000 mark, but that is still on the horizon for us. 7 touchdowns for him. He did have 1 fumble. Montrell Avant scrambled around a good bit, 363, 2 touchdowns, 2 more fumbles. Montrell Dog, he averaged the same amount, just had far less attempts than Parrish. He will most likely be taking over as the starter for his senior year. Receiving, Deshaun Blausay goes over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. This was the year I was expecting that we would have from Bryce Haddad, the senior. It went to the sophomore, which means we are truly going to have a dominating receiving core for years to come because we've got a lot of young talent. Buck was our 3rd receiver here by yards. Moses, he had a few more catches, just didn't get as many yards, but had more touchdowns. And Nenny, he did very well at tight end too, so it's really going to be between him and Gomez as to who is tight end 1. I also really want to see Lanier get a better opportunity. Moses, he might stay at slot. He's got better catch in traffic, so Lanier might be more of an outside guy despite having a smaller frame. As for the offensive line, outside of Fowler and Ahala, we actually did pretty well. Unfortunately, we're going to be graduating 3 of our 5 starting offensive linemen. Defensively, Richardson. We talked several times throughout the year. We haven't heard Rico Coates' name as much. Richardson, his senior year, he was all over. Mostly when it came to stopping the run. He helped out a little bit in the passing game. 83 tackles led the team. 10 TFLs for both him and Rico Coate. But it was Joe Nelson who led us there with 25, Cantwell with 13. Sony Fotu did have 10, so he was better in run defense. But he only had 2.5 sacks, which puts him well below our leaderboard here. Joe Nelson, yet again, 10.5. Wasn't as good of a year for him as it was last year, but still really good. And at a 90, he potentially could be a first-round pick, maybe second-rounder. Cantwell had 7.5. Really good for him. We didn't have much of the interior rush last year. This year we did, which is great. And our 3rd best sacker was our safety. Donald Camp, he's played great throughout. Interception-wise, we had 6 for Antonio Asher, 5 for Hennessy, 4 for Jalen Day-Sumlin. He will be graduating. 2 for Mark Huck, the freshman, Camp Mattingly, and Stevenson, all with 1. How about fumbles, forced fumbles? Only 1, apparently, in which Richardson scooped up himself. And for the final stat to go over here at kicking, ETN, he hit almost all of his attempts. He missed 1 field goal and 1 extra point. But we won't forget to talk about the punt return that nearly course-corrected our issues against Washington. Ed Keenan with that return. But that will officially end things here for Season 5. Next time, we'll be going through the entire off season. And if I am not incorrect on what day this was scheduled to be released, it should be Christmas. So if you celebrate, happy holidays. If you celebrate any other holidays around this time, happy holidays to you as well. Appreciate you being here today, and make sure you stick around for next time as we get this team put back together for another run at the playoffs. Hit the bear icon on the bottom right, or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have the Jaguars on Madden every single Tuesday and Thursday. We got 5 videos every single week, with a whole lot more coming at you in the new year. So we'll see you then. We'll see you here next time for a chill time as we welcome in a new class and say goodbye to the last of the original Cardinal, and goodbye to some of the first few recruits of this series.